Axe meta, boys. This will be fun to watch.
Interesting.
So I have no idea why Doppey picked Ulgrim, but I'm sure glad he did.
Especially
This is probably
sporting
the
that
first time
interesting
I've seen
skin
him.
choice. I've seen Ulgrim once. I believe it was from Rashid, otherwise known as Oob, back 2 weeks ago on Gravy Cancel Sunday. But here we go. Ulgrim being picked has the Lance. Tosses it.
He's not doing side light to nuke Sig.
Tosses the Lance to his face once again, being able to use that giant weapon hitbox and finds an axe. Goes to that downer to be able to cover Tybo from going down. We're going to be seeing an axe throw for quite a while. Tybo holding onto the axe, goes for his side light, not finding anything, and both players are spacing side lights outside of their hitboxes. But Doppey is finding more damage than Tybo is as he gets these fleeting down airs.
Wow, yeah, Doppey is doing a really good job of spacing these axe hits out. Tybo is just a few milliseconds behind Doppey. And oh wow, the mine throw down.
What were those trajectories? I don't understand. That mine, the bomb killing Tybo in the same way that Crocky was killed in the set prior, very early, and Doppey's still in the yellow, holding onto his axe. Both players just go for sidelights.
Was in red.
That is true. That is true. But early on into the match, I guess in comparison to how much damage Doppey has taken, Tybo holding onto the axe of himself, bringing it back quite handily. He's able to hit him with the multiple downers into a row. And there's the sider. Is that going to be able to end it? No, Ulgrim's defense has been quite high, but there is the sider off the stage waiting for that dodge and evens it up almost immediately, nearly angry for losing his stock so early on into the match by that bomb.
Beautiful play by Tybo. He absolutely made that comeback. Just happened instantly, it almost felt like.
Ulgrim holding on to the lance. Goes for a neutral air, tosses the bomb into the air just to be able to cover Tybo from being able to go high, and goes for that ground pound. Tybo not being able to land any down airs. Ooh, goes for that neutral air, but gets interrupted by the weapon toss. Doppey doing a great job of covering Tybo's options, and goes in. No, both players find themselves at the side. Ooh, the down sig, just raw hitting him into the face as he tries to approach, but there's the down air. Tybo hits him with the recovery. I think he's out of jumps.
He dodged the wrong way. Doppey, no.
Doppey dies underneath the stage. He just went for a down air, and Tybo was actually, he threw out that recovery, anticipating Doppey to go for that down air, and ends up hitting him to the bottom of the stage. Excellent option coverage from Tybo. Goes for that down sig, doesn't quite connect. An interesting down sig from Ulgrim. One that the longer you charge, the longer the chainsaw lasts. But regardless, Doppey holding on to the lance, hits him with that down air, sends him flying, goes for that ground pound, and Tybo punishes it with a side air into a down air.
Gosh, this is incredible. I've never seen Axe and Lance being played so quickly, and Tybo's also playing such a fast-paced Axe. Like, they're just constantly on each other, light attacks one after another, and it's so interesting to watch. I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, Doppey ending up able to end that stock with a cider. Both players find themselves trying to interact with each other, find some kind of moves, but Tybo's got a solid lead after that, and the neutral into the side sig, goes for another falling side signature, but gets, wow, that axe barely hitting him off the side of the map, goes for a down signature to recover. Doppey picking up a weapon, recovers really high, hits him with that cider with the axe, but he finds himself deep into the red. Doppey's got to get hit by nothing here to have a chance to be able to bring this back. Dodges beneath Tybo, picks up the crocky balls, but I think that should be it. That should be the stock. No, Doppey manages to make it back with a down air and goes beneath the stage to recover to the other side. Dodges through the ball. Tybo's struggling to find a kill move onto Doppey's Ulgrim. A neutral air that interrupts the ground pound.
Doppey needs to play a literal perfect stock if he wants to win this, and so far he's doing exactly what he needs. Already
down air!
Tybo in deep orange.
There's the recovery, barely doesn't kill him off the top. Doppey's taking so much damage, and the side air, the hitbox barely clipping the top of Ulgrim's head as he recovers with the axe. That was a nail biter, and Tybo goes right into it saying, good game, banning Ship in Black, no, King's Pass in Blackguard. And Doppey has the option to counterpick his legend and his stage.
So Doppey's actually gonna stick with Ulgrim? Really? Has he been practicing Ulgrim behind my back?
Well, honestly, if that interaction with the stage didn't happen, I feel like Doppey was confident that he could have taken that match, and that's why he wants to bring it back to Mammoth Fortress. Unlike other players, Doppey doesn't need to make an incredible performance here to be in the Invitational. He's already qualified, so he's probably wanting to practice this legend that most people don't see. Tybo picks up the first weapon, goes for that down sig, falls with a neutral air, and Doppey's still struggling to find a weapon. There's the axe, but Tybo, wow, punishing with a bomb toss, going for that trade. Not quite sure if it's worth it considering Brynn's defense, but he goes in with that sider and a chase dodge downer. No, this is the stock. Doppey gets 2 downers. No. Both players just hitting each other with axe moves over and over again. And the down sig, this is such a fast-paced axe fight. Doppey going in for that down. What?
Why?
Why would he do that? Doppey.
Oh no.
It was cool, but it wasn't worth it. I feel like he's pretty upset about that. But Tybo in the orange, he can bring this back with his Ulgrim possibly. But
He hasn't really been putting Ulgrim's incredible signatures to use. Like, specifically with Lance, sidelight to neutral sig is very famously a true combo at all percents, and he hasn't been going for it at all. He just goes for sidelight to neutral air instead. And I have to wonder why. It makes me think he hasn't been practicing this character as much as I'd like to think he has.
That or Doppey just tends to not really be a very signature-heavy player. But then again, I take that back. Oof, goes for that sidelight into the recovery. Combo kills him off the top. But like sometimes he'll either go for a lot of signatures, or I'll see him never use a single signature in a match. I think it's dependent on character matchups. I'm not quite sure. It's something that I'd like to ask him myself. Regardless, evens it up 2-2 and actually brings Tybo into the yellow to make it look like that first stock didn't even happen.
Yeah. It's not so much just like raw signature usage, like for sure that's very player specific. But when there's just true combos where you can get
you're talking about that
10
follow-up
damage,
with the lance?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Just sidelight to neutral sig. It's so good. I don't know why he's not going for it.
But there's just a raw signature coming out. Saying Tybo flying, using 2 downers to go beneath the stage. Tybo doing the most, creative recovery I've ever seen, moving around the air as if he was like on a tightrope, but ends up getting killed by a ground pound regardless. And Tybo ends up losing the lead here in this best of 3. Doppey opting to recover beneath the stage. Did he just take another one of his stocks? No, he did not. Ends up recovering, using that aerial maneuver ability from the lance to be able to make it back to the other side of the stage. Interesting offstage interactions between both these players. Doppey has the axe, throws it off the side of the stage, wants to hold on to the lance, and Tybo is still at a stock deficit.
It's the first time he hasn't dodged into Brynn's down sig. Managed to dodge through it this time.
Doppey holds onto the lance. Ooh, here's the weapon toss interrupt. Excellent usage of that to be able to get rid of any chance of him spiking him off the bottom of the map. Holds onto the lance, lands with a nice down air as the ball tosses into Tybo's face, but he gets hit by a sider. Will Doppey be able to recover? Uses the weapon toss once again to the recovery. Every time Tybo goes for these down airs, Doppey's ready to punish. I feel like he's trying to mix it up. Maybe go for a ground pound because he's losing out on this last stock. Excellent down sig with that axe.
Goes for the pickup neutral sig, but that doesn't hit. Tybo with the raw neutral sig on arm, getting the kill. But he's already in deep red. Doppey, it won't take much for him to get the final kill here. A neutral sig might have killed there, cough cough.
Yeah, both players find themselves in the red. No, both players don't find themselves in the red. Tybo finds himself in the red. Doppey barely just taking any sort of damage. Goes for a signature there, doesn't quite work out. And at neutral light, however, sends Tybo off the stage. The weapon toss. Ooh, Tybo's out of jumps. That's the ground pound. Doppey takes game 2. We're going to game 3. Definitely feeling confident this Ulgrim, and a surprising performance out of it, to say the least. Like, honestly, this is some really impressive axe and lance play from Doppey, which I'm not really that used to seeing. I guess you could say you're used to seeing it from the Orion, but the axe is what's surprising to me.
Right. This is like... This shouldn't be so close. Like, Doppey is playing so incredibly solid, but he's missing, like... He legitimately missed, like, over 50 damage each of those games just from not doing the neutral sig combo. Because he hits sidelights all the time, and he's just not properly following it up for no reason. I don't understand. Like, these games could be so much more one-sided, but they're close because he's missing.
Maybe he feels like maybe he doesn't like to go for. Oh no, he definitely likes to go for auto combo stuff. I'm not quite sure. We'll see. Maybe he'll be able to bring it out.
It's
maybe
probably just a mistake.
Yeah,
a lot
possibly.
of people, like, especially after playing Orion a lot, you just sort of get in the habit of doing sidelight to neutral air.
Oh yeah, rather than going for a signature.
If it's just not muscle memory, sometimes it's hard to force yourself to do it.
It's quite possible, and it's not like to say that he isn't having success with how he's playing the lance right now. Maybe he's just not comfortable with that, but Regardless, that is a good point to bring up. Goes for that down air. Tybo holding onto the axe. Isn't even really opting for the spear. It's that cider, but Doppey's able to catch him with that neutral. Goes to that recovery read, and Tybo's not able to punish. Doppey uses that down air to be able to reposition over the stage. Tosses the lance aside. Picks up an axe, just tosses it into Tybo's face, and picks the lance back up. Tybo's taking an incredible amount of damage, and Doppey's taking almost nothing in return. Goes to that ground pound. Tybo tries a gimp with the down air. Doesn't quite work out, and a side air misses as Doppey dodges through it.
Doppey is just playing some crazy solid lance right now. Easily getting the upper hand on Tybo. Neutral air almost kills. That's how much damage is on Tybo right now.
Doppey hits him with the neutral air. Jeez. Tybo not getting hit by any kill moves. Doppey testing out that downer. Or that downlight. I almost feel like Doppey wanted to use that downlight just to see how bad the knockout or the knockback would be at that percentage, but hits him with the downer regardless and kills him off the corner of the map. Tybo going in for that recovery into a downer follow-up, using that arm, unarmed quite well. Another recovery sends Doppey into almost the orange. And I mean almost the red, and now he is.
Both players going for some unarmed stuff in the shenanigans zone.
Goes to the axe. Wow, excellent uses of the recovery from Tybo to be able to end it. Throws out a GC neutral sig just to, I guess, for statement. And uses that down sig to be able to cover the fact that Doppey picked up the weapon that Tybo, or called in on the horn. Goes for that downlight to be able to burn Tybo, sending him off the side of the map. Goes to that mine toss, and that mine toss was dangerously close to punishing Tybo. Ooh, there's that signature follow-up that we were asking for from Doppey, but doesn't quite connect. Losses the mine, barely dodges, barely doesn't hit Tybo. Tybo goes for that spear toss, picks up another spear, and Doppey's able to punish. Doppey just standing on the side. Looked like he had a connection issue, possibly. Doesn't matter, he's back now with the bomb! Excellent angle. Tybo just landing on that side of the map for too long, lingering rather, and gets hit by the bomb, killed off the side of the map. Doppey's got a solid stock lead.
Yeah, so Doppey missed that side light, the neutral sig, because it doesn't hit when you hit stacked. It hits basically everywhere unless you're stacked with them when you hit the side light. That's the only time you want to go for neutral arrows. Oh, Doppey almost getting gimped. Barely comes back though.
Oh!
Did Tybo kill himself?
Oh, jeez.
Oh no.